Hello, hello. It's been a few days. I had to miss yesterday, but let's see. What did we get to last time? Wait. Did we do this on Tuesday? Did we stream? Did I stream Tuesday? I don't know if I streamed Tuesday. Oh, I didn't stream Monday, and I did. Okay, I didn't stream Monday, and I did the hand feeding on Tuesday. That's why everything feels off. So yeah, um, we're doing burner designs today. We will be finishing Meme Run Monday probably on Monday, hopefully this time, because I do have an acronym for it. I like to stick to it, even though it's not that important. Let's turn that down a little bit. Okay, so we're pretty close to being done before we can do testing. We need to finish our outpost design, and we need to design the original mall. And I'm hoping that the original mall produces enough of the basic stuff for our actual bots. I don't know if that's true, but I am making this assumption. Yeah, let's hope it's accurate. The nice thing is that the original mall can probably be expanded fairly decently. It definitely doesn't need these. It needs most of this stuff. Chemical plants are the main thing I'm worried about. I feel like I need a lot of chemical plants for this run, like 500 to 1,000. Although I only really need half of those in the main base, so 250 to 500 in main. So one assembly machine working for like 6 hours probably will will be fine, but I don't know how fast I need those chemical plants, so it might not be okay. But we do need to set up some kind of way to get pipes over here, and this has to be hand buildable, which kind of complicates it a little bit. We haven't done a hand built design for a bit, so we've gone, well, not lazy, but we've gone more creative with our designs ever since we reached the bot phase. You know, doing things like this or this, things that you would never want to build by hand because it would take forever and it would not be that much better than doing a cleaner design. Now, and when bots build it, it's a lot better, but if you were to hand build it, it would be absolutely awful. So we do need to finish this mall, and we also need to make sure we have everything we need. So we did switch to primarily yellow belt in our main base, which is very nice. Now, these need to be on their own coal grid. That's easy enough to align. I think I want the yellow assemblers to be in a different spot, because I'm looking at this, and that seems like a pretty bad spot for it to be. I'm not going to say I've checked out, but this part of the base doesn't need to be that perfect. Like the optimizations I can make here, space-wise, don't really do much. So I'm not terribly concerned with trying to save space, but I will try to make it a little bit more compact just because it's a little bit more fun that way. Okay, and we're no longer in map mode. It's really easy to switch into map mode. Is there any way to tell? Okay, over here is like the only way I can really tell if I'm in map mode. That's like the only thing that's different is this little box. Because when you're in editor mode, there's not really a practical difference, and I guess movement speed, but practically speaking, they're very, very similar. So I end up hovering in map mode a lot, which does limit some of your options. Like I can't switch tabs and stay in the same spot because how the mod works, and then I can't clear from belts. But yeah, let's move this more probably over here would actually be a good spot for it. Yeah, no, that's a very good spot for it. Because this can sideload. I don't know what's on this belt. But we'll move that up. Because it doesn't seem that important. It's probably really important, but we'll move it up for now. And instead, we'll move this down, and we'll send the... These aren't chemical plants. I almost called them a chemical plant. What is this? What is this design? Oh, I remember. Okay. I'm starting to remember how this works. Worked. I don't know what those extra syllables I was adding in were, but they were not correct. But yeah, I remember what I was going for. I needed To direct feed them and have an output, you run into some issues with spacing. That's all this was. So this was just moving it one tile, so that way we can do direct feeding with the splitter. Otherwise, we would have to have a chest in between them and multiple splitters. So this is a little bit cleaner and fewer inserters. There's probably another way. Like if we were to put all of these onto one belt rather than have a one-to-one for the assembly machine. But considering everything's inserter limited anyway, one-to-one isn't that wasteful. We are not going to get something to run full speed, no matter how hard we try. Okay, so this should be up a tile. And then this needs to produce assembly machine 3s, which should be very easy. We are very much not limited by anything. We also only need one. We'll leave it there. I don't think it matters that much. But this is actually supposed to be one tile over, I think. Oh, this doesn't. This is only producing, I think, 1,000 an hour, maybe 1,500 per hour. One inserter can definitely do that. I think this can move about 5,000 per hour. So yeah, we are not going to be limited by that. And if we are, we can add another assembly machine. But we're definitely more limited by the availability of blue assembly machines right now. Which, if we look at the production calculator, we're producing 4.5 per second, which is 9 times what we need. But these do not run full speed, so these values are all completely useless. We'll just have to do some. I think our best bet is to do some empirical tests, because it's kind of annoying to do the math. It's possible, but it's very manual, and with the amount of time it would take to calculate the inserters, it would 100% be easier to just set up a test. Unrelated to Burner, you love Burner Challenge though, but your daughter got you fun socks for your birthday. Ooh, that's exciting. What kind of fun socks? Because I mean, there's no bad kind of fun socks, but now I'm curious what design they have. But yeah, fun socks are the best birthday presents. Also, you know what, we are gonna move this over a tile. Ooh, donuts. Donuts are solid. I haven't owned one. I don't think I've ever owned donut socks, but I feel like they're pretty popular because they're so great. Like Simpson style drawing. I feel like I can picture these socks exactly. Do they have like pink frosting, or some socks with pink frosting? Because I feel like they have to have pink frosting. I feel that just seems to be a rule of donuts. Donut cartoons. You know what? We're gonna put the input here. Oh wait. Oh, actually, no. This is interesting. This might not actually be fast enough with one inserter. I mean, it is, but no. Let's just go from the bottom. Like, it would have worked with one inserter, but I do want the ability to scale this up because I might increase my output size, or my output size slightly. So I need to be able to scale it up if I make changes later. Because I think it would be viable to do these a little bit faster, and it's pushing it with one inserter. Maybe. Yeah, it's pretty close. I have some leeway, but not enough. There's different frosting, but of course pink included. Okay, yeah, that sounds like what I was picturing then. Very, very nice. I think color-wise, the ones I'm wearing today probably are similar. Because I'm wearing my flamingo socks, which bright pink, bright blue. They feel like if you just distorted them, they could be. Wait, isn't that? Hold up. Isn't like donut theory a thing? Is that? Isn't there like some mathematical? I don't know if I'm pretty sure I'm making this up, but I feel like there's some mathematical theorem where you can distort everything to be a shape, and that shape is a donut. It's probably not a donut. It's probably a different shape, but I feel like there's something vaguely correct. Rhombus? Rhombus theory? Um, I thought it was like a weird shape. Topology. Yeah, okay. That sounds Right? Is there a specific thing it goes towards, or is it just general shapes? There's probably not one thing that everything makes, unless it's just a meme. It's a field concerned with curves and holes. Okay, when I type it, it brings up pictures of donuts. So it does seem like I'm not right, but I see I'm not completely off. It's not like I'm making up one making up stuff completely. I'm just not relaying it accurately, which arguably might be worse. It might be worse. Anything with one hole is a torus. Do they have one hole? I mean, I guess they have one hole. I feel like what's the one? Oh, it's balloons. The amount of holes in a balloon. That's the one that's like a really weird thing where I've seen people argue that a balloon has -1 holes, which I think is really cool. Because when you add a hole to it, now it has no holes. Or something. Yeah, so it would have to start with -1. Is like the idea behind it. Torus, that's it. Torus is also the English word. It's just a mathematical English word. I guess not English word. People don't say it in day-to-day life, but it is the word we use here too. It's just nobody refers to it outside of math stuff. What would that be? Latin? Science word? Holes are fun because they can only be defined in terms of other things. Like people, what the whole people are donuts theory? That's a rough one. That's one I don't like as much. The the balloon one is much less horrifying to say the least. Okay, this should be good. Did I actually? No, it's just the song is silent. Okay, so this is I don't know what this is. We need to follow this along. I wish we had belt visualizer. I think the belt visualizer broke things, so we uninstalled it. Because something was causing conflicts, and we just removed anything that could potentially cause conflicts, which admittedly, not a great approach. Like that's a very aggressive approach. But we didn't know what was breaking our game, so we just had to remove everything. Okay, so this is green chips, and it looks like it combines with also green chips. Okay, so this is pure green chips. So going from the top isn't that bad. We could go through the middle, I think, fairly easily. Just to make it a little bit cleaner. Which I kind of like that. Yeah, we'll go this way. Oh wait, never mind. We haven't finished this first. We should probably finish this before we start filling in the gaps. Because yeah, as soon as I finish it, I realize we do not have this space, and that would have been a terrible mistake. I mean, not a terrible mistake. We would have fixed it, but you know, we're good. It's all good in the hood now. That's what matters. These are being fed. Oh, this needs to go down the tile. Okay. That looks good. This looks good. And then this is... Okay, so this is just, whatever these are called. Blue assembly machines. That's actually not their name. Assembly machine 2s. I realize there's a lot of things in Factorio that I, do not call by their name. Do I? Does anybody know? Do I say transport belt or do I say conveyors? I feel like I call them transport belts and undergrounds. Splitters. Okay, those ones I call. These ones I do not call correctly. I don't think there's a single person in the world who does. Like this one, you know, there's some debate. Some people call them underoos and stuff. Who in their right mind calls these pipe to grounds? Like I don't think it's real. I don't think people have accepted that that is their name. I'm convinced of that. But honestly, this is a really good spot for that. We don't have an output, but that's very easy to do. Actually, it's very easy to do. Okay. I said that. I wasn't expecting to be this easy, though. Because we just need to make sure these are side-loaded. It's only a pipe to ground if you can connect a wire to it to make your circuit safer. Oh. I get it. Then anything's a pipe to ground. Wait, does that make a pump a pipe to ground? I feel like this one's the closest we can get to a ground, right? I don't think we can connect one to anything else. Does anyone know, is the expansion adding circuitry to pipes? That seems like something the expansion would add. I have no reason to think that. It just seems right. It's not. Oh, okay. Bummer. I mean, I don't have any practical use. I've just seen so much circuit stuff added. I wouldn't have been surprised if that was one of them. Okay, we're actually going to save this as 1.3 because I feel like we're in the final version. I don't know why that matters. Also, yeah, I don't know why 1.3 doesn't sound like a final version. It just seems like we've been on 1.2 a while. I want another backup. It's giving pumps more circuit features, though. It's also giving them filters, right? That makes me think that mixed pipe fluids can be a thing. Like, who's ready for the new 100% base to have? I can't even say it. It's just the thought of it is awful. Who's ready for sushi liquids and 100% runs? They were mentioned, in fact, amazing. Were they mentioned in a way that they're viable, or were they mentioned in a way that, yeah, these are gonna not work? Because if there's a possibility it can become sushi, I think it will. I think this is a fact of Factorio. As a thing players might try. Oh, that's fantastic. I like this news. Okay, so this was here originally. We're gonna keep moving this down. Actually, we're gonna have a splitter here. Actually, wait, was this filtered at all? No. Okay, I think we have a lot more gears than we use. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. Because it depends if these run full speed. But I'm pretty sure we have some spare gears. I just don't know how much. We'll need to... Actually, yeah, no, we just... We'll figure something out. Also, I think I might need to do sushi outputs, because I'm looking at this and I do not see a world where we can get these resources out. We might just make this taller, because we have this as a placeholder right now, and I just told myself, hey, we're going to put it onto a belt later. There is no longer any room for a belt. So we have a couple options. We can limit the outputs based on what we have in chests right now. So that's an option. I don't know if it's a great option. It's actually not a bad option. Because we can get one belt out. If we just raise this one tile, we can very easily get one belt out of here. So that's what I'm thinking we'll do. And then some form of... Let's see, what logic is on these? Do these have logic? Oh! This is like prioritization logic. Oh, I can't have both, can I? Well, I can. Actually, I can't. I can have both. They can be on two separate circuits. It won't work though. I don't think we can have prioritization here. I think we just need to move this earlier. Because let's see, these are all disabled unless this is done. I guess latents. I guess as long as the chests are like here, we're good. Maybe as long as we have as long as we have the belt close, we're fine. Because if we overproduce by like 30 seconds, it's not the end of the world. So yeah, we just need to make sure the chests are close, and then we can make it work. Okay. We'll see if that works, but I think it will. Because we only have a building train, that'll be easy enough to build wherever we want. I think regardless, it does need to be a tile higher though. So that's here, and now needs to be here. Okay. So that gives me a space in the middle to output. Oh, wait. I have an idea. This one can output this way. Don't know if this does anything. No, that doesn't do anything. They should just be on one. They really should just be on one belt. Okay. So send that up, send this up, send this up. It feels really weird doing sushi here. I think it's a mistake, but it's the mistake I'm making. We gotta accept it. Then this goes up a tile. Easy enough fix. Very easy fix. Okay. So now we just limit how many we have based on something. Based on a chest over here. Yeah, okay. I think I'm okay with that. I think these are slow enough crafting recipes that it's fine. 8 seconds, so what? That's about 12. 10 to 12 seconds, 8, yeah. Yeah, we're not going to overproduce by a ton. We'll be okay. Okay. There's something else I had to do with this. I don't think we have enough gears. We might have to do red belt, which I don't love, but I think a small amount of red belt will be necessary here just for the starting areas, because we don't have a good spot to supplement resources, and we'll have a high enough belt density that we can afford red belts. Normally I don't go for red belt because belt throughput is low, but since these aren't self-feeding, we can live with it. Yeah, we just do red belt like the first section. That'll give us a bit more production. Actually, will it? It might not. Let's see, that's a 1-to-1. This is a 5. Well, that's a 1-to-1. Okay, never mind. That won't actually give us more production. So this is balanced by nothing? Maybe it's balanced by insert or count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's a whole belt. Yeah, I think we need more pipe. Because we also need pipe for actually placing stuff. These should produce a fair amount, right? Well, no, that's 7.5. I think we'll just have to test it and see how it goes, and decide from there. So we'll do a test run soon. Because I really feel like we need to supplement with red belt for the pipe. Gears are good. Do we have any more pipe anywhere? That's the question. We'll probably just have to make more pipe. Like right here. We have plenty of iron. We might have plenty of iron. I don't actually know. I think we have plenty of iron. And then this is supposed to have iron in it, which it does. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now we need to shift it down and hope we don't break anything. So this was here, so now it needs to be here. We should be able to fit it here. I don't know if this has enough iron. I think this one does, because these are actually just inserter limited. And then this was also supposed to be... This is half gears, half iron. Pretty sure. And what was this? This gives me a full belt down here. And then another half belt here, and then the rest goes up top, which I think we sideloaded here. This doesn't have any input. This does have input. Okay, so this bottom half is supposed to be iron. Why do I... What's this for? That's the question that I'm wondering. When it was connected here, did things make more sense? Not really. This wasn't connected to anything. Unless I accidentally deleted it last time and didn't realize. Good thing we saved the backup version. Let's see if this gives me any indication of what it was supposed to be. Loading is taking a while. I guess it's a pretty large save. This is actually one of my larger saves now that it has like 10 stages, so that's probably why. This wasn't connected, but this has iron on it, so it looks like we are just connecting iron there. Why? Why did I do that? The only reason I could think of this is because I wanted to have this be a pure belt, but it's so easy to filter a belt. There's absolutely no reason for that. So, yeah, we'll just connect it like a normal person and do it earlier and just filter out at the end instead of having two splitters for no reason. Maybe for balancing purposes it did something. But yeah, it doesn't seem helpful. Well, let's just put it that way. It seems absolutely useless. Let's delete those. There we go. And now we can filter this out and that get just yellow belts. Wait, where did these output? Okay, and then is this necessary? I think this splitter is necessary. Yeah, because these output way more than enough belts. Okay, so this part is not useless. That's good. So we didn't mess up this splitter. So that splits it. So that way we save half the yellow belts for production, and the other half go into undergrounds, which should get enough from a whole belt. Okay, so I think we're good. We should actually prioritize yellow belt though. Actually, no, it doesn't matter because either way, it can only take half a belt, so we're good. I think we're good. Yeah, worst case scenario, we still have this much going into it, which should produce plenty. Okay, so that puts it on the top half, so we can just output these here. And then I think we're good in terms of yellow belt. Fuel is offset. Okay, so we actually need to shift this over. Because I think we can make it through here, right? Oh yeah, we can make that. We can make that. So we just need to shift this over. It looks like it's off by one tile. Very easy fix. Was here, now it's here. Perfect. Okay, yeah, that one was incredibly easy. And then we have a lot of places we can save entities. No reason to fix those yet. And then this is iron. I don't know where this iron was supposed to come from. I feel like we don't have enough iron, because this is using up pretty much an entire belt. For now, I think I'm just going to split off. And then maybe steal from this. I don't think this is the final connection. There is a chance it will be, knowing how knowing how rough drafts tend to be, but I think it'll be okay. I hope it'll be okay. Technically, this doesn't have enough iron though. Like, this is split into 5 full belts, and I don't know how much we use. I feel like we're short. I think we need another pure belt of iron somewhere. But you know, that's we'll figure that out later. But spacing wise, this seems good. And now this should connect straight through. Perfect. Okay. That's exactly how it's supposed to look. Now we don't have a fuel belt that works here, which is a little bit annoying. Then we need one more. So this doesn't, I feel like this isn't super useful. I mean, it's not useless, I guess. It didn't solve all our problems, because we still have the entire other half over here that doesn't have fuel. So yeah, shifting it one tile did almost nothing. Oh well, that's fine. That's totally fine. We'll figure something out. Output, output, output. Okay. So we obviously don't have fuel we can use. This is a fair amount, right? Yeah, this will have backed up for a while. I think we should take it from a different lane though. So let's take it. Well, this one's working pretty hard. This one's working even harder. Okay, so this is the one we should take from next. If we could snake it, that would be awesome. So we go up, then we go down, then we go up. Then we go down, then we go up. I think we have enough room for a snake. Although I think I should actually use a splitter. Maybe here instead. I feel like that ends up with a cleaner snake. Well, we'll find out. But it seems reasonable to me. Then we go up, then we snake it back down. The snake's a little bit easier to do if we already have undergrounds, which is nice. No idea what happened there. Actually, yeah, no, what did happen there? Accidental side loading, I think. Don't need to keep that. It's completely useless. There we go. Trying to keep as few undergrounds in this snake as I can. Okay, so this does work. It's a little bit less clean than I hoped it would be. I think we need to move where this splitter is, and then we're good. But for now, we'll just do whatever the heck this is. We'll clean it up later, or we won't. We might not. There isn't really a ton of reason to clean it up. Like, we could save, what, like 4 belt there? It really would not be hugely beneficial. And then we need to finish the outputs. Okay, I can't wait to finish all this and then realize that the inserters are way faster than I thought and all of this is useless and doesn't run. There's a non-zero chance that will happen. Okay, so now that we have that, I think we should line it up with this belt right here, because I think we could continue the snake. Wait. Oh, that's just one tile. That's just in the wrong spot. Okay. I think we can make that work. We just need to move it over one tile. So the fuel snake would be here, which these assembly machines are staggered, but that's fine. That doesn't have any practical change. I think we'll be able to make the outputs still work with the snake. We'll just have to manually change them a little bit. Okay, so now I'm thinking I wish the snake came from the other side. So now that I've done that, now that we have 2 here, it actually makes sense to have it go the other direction. And that fixes this problem too. Cool. So kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. I'll take it. I will definitely take that. And now we've shifted down 1 tile. And we're actually going to move the splitter later because I needed something to align it. Okay, so it is here, which we have a couple options. I think I want to have a splitter just for not balance isn't the right word, but I think I want to have a splitter here just so it starts a little faster. That doesn't fix that problem. Let's just loop this earlier, and then it looks much better. Okay, I actually like that. I didn't think I would, but that looks all right. Okay, and then these need to be red belt for some reason. So that okay, if we're using red belt here, we can technically afford red undergrounds. They're a little bit more expensive. Or you could just use up 1 tile. Considering this is the top of my base, we're just going to use the 1 tile. I don't see much of a reason to use red underground. Never mind, we have to use red underground. We don't have a choice. I forgot we can't do the direct output without the undergrounds. Okay, well, that's fine then. We don't need to save that one, but we might as well at this point. So we're gonna move it over and we're just gonna use a red underground. There we go. Wait, why is this side loaded? Why is this side loaded? There is clearly a reason. Let's see, what could it be? It looks like one of these was supposed to have belts, and the other one was supposed to have underground belt. That's why there's a side load. Okay. We can make it work. I don't see clean lines, but I do see lines. So we definitely can do something, even if it's a bit messy. So this goes down, we loop it back. It doesn't work because smart belt is always broken by something. That's fine. We've accepted that. We've gotten used to it. Smart belt is the worst. I mean, it's fantastic, and it makes the game so much nicer. But for some things, it's absolutely awful, and it causes some problems that I'm hoping we'll be fixed in the expansion. I have no reason to assume that. But I am hoping that just one day they announce, oh, hey, we're fixing Smart Belt. Because that would make me very happy. I don't know, like a lot of the issues with it aren't like that broken, so I don't know if it really needs fixing, but I would absolutely love Smart Belt or Smart Pipe. I think Smart Pipe has some problems because pipe doesn't have a direction. It's not like it was going to automatically pipe through that. Whereas like if you did that with a belt, it would do it. But it would be nice to have Smart Pipe for things like that. I think that would be super convenient. So that's one of my hopes for the expansion. No, there's no reason to think we'll get it, but I would very much appreciate it. And then this is a very weird connection. Hello, Panda Bill. Welcome, welcome. No idea why this is a yellow belt. I guess technically it's fine as a yellow belt. It's not great, though. Definitely not great. I don't think... Wait. Why is this a red belt? I think technically it does benefit from being a red belt, just barely. Okay, so that's why it's a red belt, because it does have some benefit. Okay, that makes sense then. We're just going to put these in a chest for now, because this is just two things we can very easily manage this. I don't like how the pattern stops here. It's kind of rough. Okay, so I think that part is good. These haven't produced in a while. I think these don't have power. That's fine. We did cut power while working from it. Also, I said power. Very weird. Power. Power. Yeah, that's how I said it. I did not like that. I think we're short on raw iron. I think we have enough gears. Arguably too many gears, which is weird. I don't know why. Because we should never have too many gears. Like, that should not be possible. Oh, wait. I think I know what it is. These are not full red belts. These are like... I want to say these are like 1.6 yellow belts. Or not 1.6. I want to say they're like 1.1 yellow belts. I can't really test, but... I can't really check, but... That says 27. That's meaningless. But yeah, I want to say that these are a little bit over one yellow belt, so they're red just out of necessity. That's probably wrong. I think maybe it's one full... It might be one full red belt and then one half red belt. Which still means I have extra red belt, so I might be able to cut down on this or send the gears elsewhere. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see how the base performs. And then we're just probably going to have an infinity chest somewhere. Taking care of things. There's something else I needed to hook up. What was it? Oh, right. Right. Okay, so this belt somehow needs to get over here. Which I don't love. Or we can move this over. Honestly, if we shift all of this over and do belt weaving... Well, if we do belt weaving, we don't have a balance. That wastes a lot of inputs. We could use more assembly machines. If we use more assembly machines, things are easier to balance. Is that a good option, though? I don't know if that's necessarily a good option. Because basically the situation we're in right now is we need belts to get over here. Which is, like, not that far. But it's a very interesting connection, so I wanted to see if I could clean it up. Honestly, it's not worth it right now. We'll just use a splitter. We'll see what our imbalances are, because the amount of savings I'll get from this thing in particular are next to nothing. So I really should not be worrying about that. This is just me wanting it to look clean. Practically speaking, this is the top of my base. Saving 2 tiles here and there is not that useful. Unless it's for, like, expandability. That's why some of the things I have been trying to keep clean, because I thought, hey, I need to be able to expand this by possibly 2 assembly machines. But this isn't an expansion thing. This is just me wanting it to look nice. Okay. Now we power everything. I really don't like this power mod, but it's better than it's better than nothing, I guess. Also, we power those apparently too. Okay, what else are we missing? I might just... Well, okay, well, how do I get these to work? Oh gosh, how do I get these to work? I guess we do actually need to do a practical test. But I think we can assume that I have enough chips. So I think I'm going to do that for now. We'll take this, we'll remove the filter from it, and we'll put this on our hotbar. Because I just want to see where the bottlenecks are at this very moment. And then we're going to do something blasphemous right now. We're going to use stack inserters. Hello, Degeva. It's going pretty good. We are finishing up, well, hopefully finishing up our outpost design for the day. We can probably assume that's enough going 50-50 split. Yeah, it should be okay. Or sorry, not the outpost design, but the resources for the outpost. Okay, that should be fine. But yeah, how are you? But yeah, excited to do burner stuff. So it's been like it's been exactly a week since we worked on it. I don't like that it's been so long, but it's been a weird week schedule-wise. Kind of interfered with the silly stuff. Okay, and then red chips, iron. Okay, that's weird. Never mind, that's less weird. Okay, so it looks like if we just put copper on this bell, we're fine. So I think this top one is copper, and this bottom one is red chips. That feels right to me. That seems like something I would do. Because they're things that came from this side that I didn't need a ton of. Yeah, okay, that looks right. So we just kind of put them on the same belt, keeping it low and out of the way. And then these are not running at all. And I think that's because we haven't actually set up circuits yet. We just mentioned the word circuits and hopefully we're good. So we're actually going to add it probably here is a good spot. Because, again, I don't know how many circuits we have, but I think out of all the bottlenecks that we have, we're not circuit limited. I think we have more than enough circuits. Because these are mostly limited by iron. At least I hope. That might not actually be true. But the thing that I'm testing for right now is iron. Because we can expand circuits very easily. We can also expand iron very easily. And I just need to figure out at least one bottleneck right now so I can see what's happening. What's actually left for burner design? We have not done the starter base in any way. Well, not in any way. We haven't really done the starter base. So the on-patch base and the very early mall we haven't done. Because I wasn't sure what all our time goal was when I first started. So we were kind of waiting to do the mall because that's a very easy thing to do later. Especially since it's on the edge of the base. It's easy for me to just be like, oh, hey, this needs more production. So we just add another one. So we still need to do them all. We still need to do the on-patch base. I have to make a decision if I want to hand feed a lot or if I want to be slightly slower but more comfortable, because that is an important distinction for something that is going to be a long run. Because if I hand feed entirely during the starter base, we could probably do it like 15 minutes faster. But hand feeding for as long as I would need to would also be a bit tough. So I'm thinking I'll take the time hit and do some kind of sushi instead. Or maybe not sushi, but just some kind of automated build, which will be slower, but will let me not stress too much about comfort. So those are the two big things that we haven't designed. The outputs are finalized, I think. I don't know. I still want to see if we can get more. I would really like our outpost to be like even 10% larger. 20% would be good. But that seems unreasonable unless we increase our rocket goal. Actually, can we increase our rocket goal? Because here's the thing. Right now, my goal is to have all of our rockets launched fairly early on, because I want all of them to be done by the outposting. That gets us to mining productivity I don't remember the name. It gives me a 50% boost to mining productivity. So 40 drills is equal to 60. So I do want to redesign that a little bit. And then is our main base running? Good. I don't want it to be running. But that's just because I wanted to have at least 40, like at least 50% by the time we do outposting. It would be viable, I think, to launch to get more mining productivity, one, maybe even two, while we're outposting. Because the thing is, we have like 2 hours to research while the outposts are finished. Ooh, but that takes a performance. See, that's the issue. I want everything done while I'm outposting. I'll have 2 hours while I'm outposting. After that, I don't want my main base running. So while I could be launching rockets to get up to mining productivity 6, maybe even 7 to make my outpost 20% smaller. Not 15 to 20% larger, sorry, not smaller. That might cause other problems. Might not save me the performance I need. Also, this doesn't have an output. Wait, it does have an output. Huh. Interesting. Oh, okay, less interesting. Well, okay, but this isn't running full speed, right? Oh, it is. No, it is. Okay, so that's 16. This is 13. I did not realize I'm actually producing 54 gears per second. Okay, so I think I just need to shift this, because this doesn't seem to be working as well as I think it is. Wait, how many furnaces do I have? This is 24 long. I think I need to change this to output over here. I'm pretty sure the balance is rough, because this is very backed up, and this isn't. So this is 1, 2... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yes, that explained. That makes a lot of sense then. Okay, this is a very easy fix, though. Like, one of the easiest fixes we've ever had to do. So I am perfectly okay with that. So I think all we have to do to fix this is that. Pretty sure that does everything we need it to. Can I move this? Ooh, I can. Okay, that saves an underground. I think we can... I feel like we can almost save another. I guess we can use one belt. One belt is fewer entities than 2 undergrounds here. Yeah. Okay. So saves 1 entity, saves 1 underground. So that's like 40 fewer gears. That's alright. Not that important, but it is nice. Okay, so these are producing full speed. Let's see what we've been producing. Also, I can speed this up. So far, the numbers seem very low, but we'll see. Okay, 780 belt per minute. Wait, what do we need? Oh, but that's not... That's minus this. Hold on, I have to find out the numbers again. I needed about 1,000 of each per outpost, I think, right? Oh, we don't have that much yellow belt. Oh, wait, we don't have a huge red belt production. Oh, okay, never mind. In my mind, we are incredibly underproducing, but I think we're good. This doesn't seem like enough yellow belt. Let's see. That's 150 per minute. Ooh, that might be enough. That might actually be enough. Do we have a... I don't think we have a blueprint. Hold on. I need to go get the outpost blueprint. It seems to be working pretty good, though. Burner 100 finalized outpost. That seems like something I would name an old save that is no longer the finalized outpost. But it also seems like it could be the finalized outpost, so I guess we'll find out. That would be this one. Not that one. I wish this I wish this was mine. Oh yeah, for reference, if anyone wants a comparison, this is a 100% design. So this is a normal 100% design outpost, and this is mine. So size-wise, they're pretty comparable, which I think is pretty cool. Production-wise, theirs is like half as much, or twice as much. So like, it's obviously not comparable. Theirs also only uses 1 patch of iron and 1 patch of copper because they can. So it's not that comparable. But we do what we can. We do what we can with burner inserters. They're just so bad. But I think it's impressive that we managed to get like half the production in the same size. Like I will take that win. But it's the drills that really fall short for the outposts. Actually, that's a lie. It's also the inserters. There's a lot that fall short, but the drills are not great. But the fact that we can only get 3 red belts from a patch is terrible. Because I think they can get like 6. And we also spend 10,000 more space science to do that. So yeah, it's rough. So let's say this is how much we need. So this is... How do we do this actually? I'm trying to find a way to get these into the same blueprint. This might work. Yeah, that's decent enough. Okay. So this is our 10-minute production goal, basically. Actually, yeah, let's just call it a 10-minute production goal. That's 3 hours of outposting, though, so I think we need to increase our goal. Because the 3 hours of outposting is a lot. But also they're burners, so, they kind of are bad. So it's hard to say. Let's call this final outpost. Let's... What's that name you gave me? Burner outpost V4 final done. Final. There you go. I like it. And we'll save it here. And honestly, if you don't have the full title, it actually just looks like an actual name, which I think is cool. And then you look at the final done, final, and then it's just a meme. But the preview, I think, it makes it look like I know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, entity count is also way worse for ours. So there's our... Is there an entity counter? Is that a thing? Or do I just have to combine things? Let's give a rough estimate. Let's say this is 4... Let's call it 4 to 5,000. This is about 6,000. So we're using 3 times the entities for half the... No, 3 times the entities for equivalent production, effectively. Because if we're saying 2 of these is equivalent to 1 of these. Which is just a guess. I think it's more off than that. But it's hard to say. Also, we have to use steel chests, which is funny. So they're just 5 times for iron on chests. Because ours just run for so long. But yeah, we're looking at twice the entities for the same production. At least. Probably more like 3 times. 3 to 4 times when we account for the burner drills. So yeah, it's rough. It's very rough. But that's better than I thought. We made a much cleaner outpost than I thought was possible with burners. So I'm content with that. I don't know if we deleted anything, so we're just not going to save that. I don't think it's important. We save stuff into the main... We save stuff into our main blueprint library, so we're good. Okay. So let's look at this outpost. This is our 10-minute design goal. 10-minute goal. Can I look at them and look at the production stats at the same time? No. Okay, so we need 3,285. Let's just say 100. 150, 80, 85. Okay. Let's just say 100 of each of 100 of each of those. That's good enough. And then 3,000, roughly. Yeah, it's a 10-minute goal. Okay, so consumption minus production is what we need for these. So we're producing enough belt. That's a little bit too close for comfort. Underground belt is incredibly underproduced. Especially when you consider consumption. Yeah, we need 4 times the yellow underground. Okay, something's wrong with our production because we should be producing way more than that, right? I mean, this has a theoretical limit of like 1,000 per hour. So yeah, there's something wrong here. Or sorry, this has a theoretical limit of like 3,000 per hour. We're not getting anywhere near that. Do we still have analysis zone? Also, well, analysis zone isn't that useful, but it can see how much they're underproducing. Yeah, that's a lot less. These are producing at least 50% slower, but up to like 80 to 90% slower. That's Yeah, that's not great. Not great at all. Well, this one's dead, but that's not our bottleneck. But that one is dead, so that might change things a little bit. What about the other things? Okay, so we needed 100, 150, and 80. Okay, we did not give these speed modules. Also, these don't run at all, because these don't have an infinity chest. You know what? I don't... It's possible... It's very possible that some of our things are balanced by chests backing up. I don't think... I think we try to avoid that, though. Ooh, no, that is an important distinction. Okay, how do we do this? Yeah, things are balanced by stuff backing up. We don't want these things to run full speed. I guess we can just look at the maximum production. As long as our maximum production is fine, we're probably okay. Because, like, if we can produce too many yellow assemblers and still have enough, like, we're good. Yeah. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, because if we produce 150 yellow assemblers per 10 minutes, that means we can produce 225 or 150 blue assemblers and 75 yellow assemblers for cheaper. So yeah, I guess that's fine. These ones, honestly, these are split via belts, so these can't overproduce anyway. So that's fine. Yeah, I think our issue is yellow belt production going into these. Did I think the ratio was 1 to 3? It's clearly 1 to 2. Okay, so I think I know where our shortcomings are. That is so underproduced. Isn't maximum production a bit useless doing burner preserved inserters? Or in your design they are rarely bottlenecks? Yeah, no, it's not it's not useless. It's not that useful. It has some uses. So the analysis zone takes max production. So I was looking like this is producing at about 50% speed, right? And this is producing at like 20%. So this is still, we can at least get some information. Like, oh, hey, these are producing worse than they could. But yeah, it's not as useful as if you had better inserters. That's why I'm doing like a practical test right now. So this is saying we're producing 85 yellow assemblers per minute. Or per 10 minutes. Actually, I don't know if it is. I don't know if we've run for 10 minutes. Have we run for 10 minutes? I don't think we have. Hello, Grizzly Boo. Welcome, welcome. Grizzly Boy, welcome, welcome. This probably needs a red belt. Yeah, I think we need to multiply numbers by 10, because I don't think... Yeah, the 10-minute mark is way too long. What if we disable some stages? This might help. Have I done any test runs? We haven't fully finished our base, so no. Okay, that helps a little bit. So now we're running at times 10 speed. So now we just need to run it for a minute, and then we can look at that number. We are actually steel limited. That's quite bad, actually. That means a lot of our production was based on buffers. But yeah, we haven't been able to do burner stuff for like a week. My schedule has been rough the past couple months, so we've only been able to do burner stuff 1 to 3 times per week. Hopefully, it will become a little bit more consistent and go back up to 3, but we'll see. The next couple weeks are still very, very up in the air. See, I doubt I doubt we'll get to the test run until at least May. We are pretty close to actually finishing the base though, which is nice. These aren't being buffered. We need to buffer all extra pipes. which I guess we'll do over here. Also, why am I not using loaders? I guess it doesn't matter that much. Okay, so I think we're probably fine on these things. Okay, so we're barely producing enough of these. We're not producing enough chemical plants. Yeah, we're definitely steel limited. No, I think everything running nonstop is not a great test, which is unfortunate because this uses a lot more steel than we're using consistently. Because we only need like 100 of these per outpost. Okay, yeah, something's definitely weird. Looks like yellow assemblers though. We're barely holding by with those. Honestly, blue assemblers are still being produced though, so this is doing all right. I think we're actually good on this one, as long as we can get enough blue belt uh, speed modules. I think we can say we're fine here, because this only needs to produce 80 per hour. So yeah, we're definitely good there. Sorry, not 80 per hour, 80 per 10 minutes, and we're producing 130. So yeah, we're definitely good on these. Okay, so this is probably eating up a lot more steel than we actually are needing. But I think to be safe, we should add more steel somewhere. Because it looks like that's our limit with the refineries. Although, oh, they're also pipe limited. Okay, so what's the bottleneck here? Iron. Okay, so we're not getting enough iron going into pipes. That makes sense. Do we have spare iron anywhere? Not really. Okay. So yeah, we just need more regular iron. Probably less gears, but I think for now I'll just add a supplement of one full belt of iron and see if that fixes it. This is gonna be weird. This just has to loop around, I guess. That works. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so hopefully that fixes our pipe problem. Yeah, I think these are gonna have an issue that is gonna be hard to resolve without more steel, because I think that's the limit here. Okay, we've had this other one running for a while though. How is that looking? A net surplus of about 700 undergrounds per 10 minutes. That's not enough. Okay, but did I undersize it on purpose? I wonder if I thought I would have enough in my main base. Because that is a very big difference, right? Because the main base is producing a lot as well. So we can probably take a lot of these. We probably should. Yeah, we 100% should. So maybe that's why it's so bad. How do we how do we start this one? We're gonna save this because I'm gonna make some changes that I don't actually want to be saving with a bunch of undergrounds. Then we'll like re-blueprint it, I guess, and compare the difference. Because I need to see how much our main base is producing when we throw that in. Let's add electric energy interface, which we're still removing unfiltered items. That will make it not work so well. And then flying electric pole. I really miss I really miss editor extensions. It unfortunately does not work with this mod. It causes very, very serious conflicts, so it's not something we can work around, unfortunately. It was kind of breaking the game permanently, which is bad. Okay, so where did these go? We need to find an infinity chest for these somewhere. This literally is just going... Okay, I'm missing a splitter somewhere. There it is. No? These are just going into red belt. I'm definitely missing something, because these don't go anywhere. There's no way we have 4 going into red belt. Where's the other output? Is this built wrong? No. What the heck? Why does this look like this? Where is it supposed to go? And that is why we do test runs and stuff. Yeah, something is definitely broken here. This is... I don't know where these are supposed to go. Well, okay, I guess this was originally supposed to go to this was supposed to go to main base. Which means there's just supposed to be a chest somewhere. Which means we can just add it anywhere. Okay, we're just gonna add a loader. Unfortunately, we need to do it on a different stage. Just for testing purposes. That's why we saved to a different folder named tests, because this will break a lot of stuff permanently. And I don't want that. I very much do not want that. But yeah, this could make the difference. This could make a very huge difference. And we're actually going to remove that. We're going to move it to this stage. Because I actually don't want these gears. It's a lot more gear than I thought. Okay, so that should increase our yellow belt production substantially. Because apparently this is a very good chunk of our yellow belt production. Like almost all of it, actually. And it was just not being consumed. And then this isn't getting iron. Why is this not getting iron? That is a good question. Okay, and then this is another good chunk. Yeah, we clearly when we removed editor extensions, it broke a lot of our base. We have not fixed that yet. It's just unfortunate. But it's something that happened. Okay, so now we're producing 6,000 transport belts per minute. Okay, so we're totally good on yellow transport belts. Definitely fine on those. Yellow belt production, I feel like we're okay. It's still not nearly as much as I would like, though. I think we have some other... I think we have some other issues. Yeah, we definitely just aren't producing enough yellow belt. Okay, so we need more iron. I'm gonna add that to the-do list. Okay, so we're gonna call this Mall. No, Outpost Mall. That's a good name, Outpost Mall. We're gonna move that to the top, and we're gonna add some details of what I need to fix. So first things first, not enough iron for pipes. I know that's one of the issues. What was another one I said? More regular belts going into undergrounds, which also means more iron. I don't like that on the end. It makes it too long. Also means more iron. We're actually, I think, perfectly fine on these. Because over 10 minutes, red belt we've produced 200, fast undergrounds we've produced like 750. These are just connecting outposts. That's actually not that much. Now that I look at it, it's actually not a ton. Because 750, I think, is... Actually, no, yeah, that sounds about right. I think that's how much I'm expecting I'll need to connect each outpost. I would like to have more, because that's pushing it. But it's not the end of the world. And I can do a local red belt production in my outposts. It's not terrible to do. So I could set up a small red underground production, or I can just be mindful of if we have enough red belt. That's also, I think, very easy to do. But that's a fair amount. But that is between both of them, which I don't like. Is this one producing? Okay, so these aren't actually in a belt, so this is going to be hard to get up there, but it's possible. No, they're both producing. Okay. Yeah, no, we're fine here. Yeah, we need slightly more red belts, or we just need to do a test run. Actually, you know what? We'll add that. I didn't save it. More iron for pipes, and more belt assemblers. More underground belts. More red belt optional. So this one, I don't think we necessarily need. I won't know until we do... I will not know until we do a test run. Or do at least some sample outposts. Because 750 is a lot. That lets me go a pretty fair distance. I just don't know if it's enough. Yeah, these are red belt limited. That's really weird. I was not expecting these to be yellow belt limited. What are my options? Ooh, I could... Okay, I think I see a solution. A temporary solution. Actually, no, I think I see it. Oh, wait, that's the wrong spot. I just realized this won't be saved. So I'll need to take a screenshot of this, because this is a different file. So I think something like this does largely fix our problem. Because we have more than enough yellow belt. I don't think we're belt limited in any spot. We are inserter limited. That's weird. It's because they idle. Oh, that's unfortunate. It's just they occasionally idle, and everything, they're grabbing things in such perfect ratios that it causes it to idle more than it should. Because there's some downtime for these that if they were like slightly staggered, I think it would work better. Oh well. Not a huge deal. A little bit annoying. A yellow assembler might fix that. Because that will make it that they're more likely to be output limited than they are input limited. So I think this solves our problem there. A little bit. And now we're going to be belt limited. So now... Okay, now we need upper output, right? Okay, now let's use like a red belt. Just a little bit of red belt. I think we'll be fine. I say a little bit of red belt. I guess this is a little bit of red belt. Compared to the 700 per hour that we're making. Or no, 7,000 per hour that we're making. This is nothing. This is like 5 seconds of production. Okay, let's look at our numbers now. They might be a little bit better. Okay, so now we're producing 3,000 underground per minute. We're consuming 80. So now we're up to 2,400. Sorry, per 10 minutes, not per minute. 2,400. So it's still not fixed, but it's there. It's pretty close. Because we were at 1,500 before we started making some changes. So these are running a whole lot better. It looks like we still have some iron to spare. So let's copy this. Build another one. See if that helps. I really hope we have enough iron. We definitely need more iron, though. Because these are obviously very iron limited. I really didn't expect these to be inserter limited, though. I mean, I guess now they are. I wasn't expecting them to be inserter limited with blue assemblers. I think... Because they need 3... They need 3 per second. So these are struggling to move 3 per second. Wow, burner inserters are terrible. Because, yeah, they should be inputting and outputting 3 per second, which 2 inserters can technically do on average, but because of inserter timings, it just wasn't working out. It's truly an awful resource. Okay, so output-wise, we're just going to cheat, and we're going to use stack inserters for now. Those are just they're a very clean way to test if things can be increased. There we go, that should be fine. Without too many issues. Okay, now I think we're gonna start to run out of iron again. Although we have a lot more iron than I thought. We could also upgrade this. Because the thing is, I think we don't actually need any of our yellow belt for this section for the outpost to come from here. And if we do, it's yellow belt, very easy to make. Like one assembly machine running most of the time, like right here. This produces enough red belt, I think, yellow belt. Because this is very easy to run at like 80% speed. Well, okay, what would 80% speed be? We need 3,000 per 10 minutes, so we actually... Okay, so we need 2 running full speed. That's not... It's not that problematic, but we do need 2 running full speed. But we can do that. That's the easy thing to expand. And we just need a little bit going here to run this. Okay, let's see what the production is now. Okay, so this is up to 4,000. Still minus 80. Okay, so this... I think this does work. How's our iron? We actually still have a little bit of iron left over. So we can do one more. And maybe be okay. And that probably will consume the entire belt. And then honestly, we still... even with this, I think we still get some yellow belt. Because these are, yeah, these are going to start to be iron limited. So this last one isn't going to run that well. But I think it still runs a little bit. Then yeah, we still get some yellow belt going through. Okay, now we had some issues with this. So the issue here was steel, right? What are we producing now? Let's look at 10 minutes for this one. That is the bare minimum of what we need. that is pushing it. For all of these, this is the barely enough. And we're not producing any pump jacks. So yeah, these are very clearly not working very well. I don't know why, though. Maybe we don't need as many as I thought. I think we don't need as many as I think. Okay, never mind. I see why. Yeah, they just work so sporadically. Okay, we need more pipe, which I think I was aware of that. Is there an iron bottleneck, or is it just an assembly machine bottleneck? Looks like it's an assembly machine bottleneck, so just for testing purposes. We're going to see how much this fixes it. We're going to be blasphemous, and we're going to use yellow inserters here. Because I just need to get a rough idea of what's broken right now. We probably need to make this a red belt. Or we need to supplement it somewhere along the lane. Which we could, actually we can do a supplement pretty easily with pipe, like right here. Or right here. Both very good options, and we don't need a red belt. It wouldn't take that many entities. Yeah, let's do that one for now. Underground, underground, make this here. Okay, now we should be able to supplement pipe. Okay, so hopefully that fixes our pipe issue. Now we're going to have a steel issue, right? Now that that's resolved. Because I think steel only worked because it was backed up. Yeah, okay, so we'll need a few more steel. So let's add that. Just a little bit, though. We were actually really close on steel. Just a little bit of steel. And then also more pipe assemblers as well. Okay, I like how I'm making a to-do list, only that will be deleted. I think we are consuming way more pipe technically than we need. But again, that's a little bit tricky to test right now. We just need to make sure. I think we just need to make sure everything runs full speed. I don't think I should be balancing things based on how backed up machines are. I think that's a bit rough. I think that will cause very sporadic production. And I don't think we have enough overproduction to be able to produce stuff really fast and then have it stop. So we just need to be able to run things at the rate the assemblers can, and then we're good. And let's look at what else we needed. Only 150 undergrounds. That's not that bad. We do need about 50 to 100 to connect the 2 outposts, though. So let's add 300 to that. So as long as we're getting 300, we're good. Oh yeah, we have more than enough pipe to grounds. More than enough pipe. Well, actually, hard to say. 1,000 pipe. We should have more than enough pipe. Honestly, we also have pipe in the main base. Pipe is, like, honestly, just getting plain pipe is the easiest thing I could expand. Okay, so now these are iron limited. So we're clearly We're clearly still having issues, so we need like 2 full lanes of iron, it looks like. Oh, that's probably why steel isn't an issue anymore. Yeah, that's definitely why steel isn't an issue anymore. Because these stopped running. I'm very surprised that we have too many gears. That's like, I don't think anybody's ever said that in Factorio before. Like, it's not a sentence that's real. I have too many gears for my production. What is this? But yeah, we can totally afford to get more like regular iron and trade one of the gear assemblers. I think what I'll do is actually keep the gear production and just have a splitter prio going on early on. Because like looking at this, we have an entire belt of gears almost. So I think once the gears, maybe we'll just leave this. Because I can't justify deleting it. Because we do need it to run a little bit, but I don't want to have to rebalance it. And this is fairly cheap, all things considered. If we just put an iron lane above this, using the same iron as this one, it will take like 5 minutes, and then these gears will stop running. So we just need a prio here. So we'll add that to the to-do list as well. Just a little bit of steel. Split off gear assembler, or gears. Prio the bottom one. Make more raw iron. Something like that. Because basically what's happening is we need a little bit more than this one is producing, but not by much. So this just needs to slightly fill in the gaps. But it looks like it's about like 40% backed up between the two of these. Honestly, we're belt. Wait, which one is which? Oh, wait. Okay, so we actually use like the front half and part of the back half. So yeah, it's not even like bottom and top. So we actually need to split off the middle. I think we'll just split off. We'll probably just split off all of them. I think that's our best bet. To have 4 splitters, just sending it to another lane. Because it's really hard to get an iron lane at this point, I think. So saving 2 full belts of iron mining sounds very useful. These ones are actually not that backed up. They are backed up a little bit, but this one's not that significant that I need to redesign it. Yeah, this one should be fine. Okay, so we should be producing these again. Let's see. Yellow assemblers, we're producing 160. Okay, if we can produce 160, we can produce enough blue. Okay, so that's fine. Yeah, we're more than good there. Oil refineries, okay, these are pushing it, but it is technically enough. Especially if we lower our standards. These are good, these are good. Actually, are they good? They're barely good, but they're good. What's the limit? What's the bottleneck on the substations? Steel? Steel input speed. Interesting. Okay, so that's something that can be fixed. And the reason I'm not, if anyone's wondering, the reason I'm not actually making changes here. Wait, what is this? Whoa, what is that? But the reason I'm just making task lists instead of like using actual to-do list stuff or making the changes directly is because we're not saving this. We've made too many like temporary changes, so I just need something I can copy into a new save, and then we'll just make the changes. So more steel input. That's not how you spell steel. For what are they called? Substations. Split off gears for more on. Oh, I didn't save the name. I didn't save the. Actually, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Thought we didn't update it. And then these need more sticks, which again, input speed limited. I'm very surprised by the input speed bottlenecks. I guess I just assumed we needed way fewer than we have. Okay, so another input is you know what, we'll probably just double the assembling machines. I don't think we really need that many. I don't think we need to save well, I don't see space for us to double up on these belts, but maybe it's possible. Because like if we move this iron belt up, right, we can have this loop to the top and then around, which is a little bit weird, but it will work. And that will, it won't double our production, but it will make it that we have leeway. Because right now we are pushing it. We have enough, but barely. And then this, we've established pipe is perfectly fine. This one's technically not running at all. These aren't running great, but they're running well enough. Yeah, like I expected, they are steel limited. So let's for now let's just give it, that's not steel. I thought that was empty. Let's just give it some unlimited steel production and see if that works out. Let's see how that fixes our bottlenecks. Just keep making everything infinitely powerful until the numbers change what we really need. How poorly does this run? Honestly, these back two are not as underproducing as I thought. These all run poorly due to belt saturation, so we could probably delete one of them. It's so cheap though that I'm not that concerned. Like if this backs up, this probably also runs better. So we really only need 1 to 2 extra assemblers here. I feel like we're way more short on iron though. Yeah, that seems fine. These are producing more than enough. Okay, let's do another check. We are only producing 11,000 transport belt per hour, which is actually not, or per 10 minutes. That's actually not that much. We're low on transport belt now because we're consuming 80% of it at this point. Before we were consuming about half. So we're actually only producing 2,000 belts per 10 minutes. We need 3,000. So we do need more transport belt, but that is on the list, so I guess that's not news. Realistically, we can probably get it from here. Oh, wait. We might have more production than I thought, because these have backed up. Okay, let's see if we delete these. That might increase our numbers to have leeway. I will be very happy if it does. And then yellow belt, how much does this produce? This honestly isn't a ton of yellow belt. We could probably find a way to get it to the bus, but I don't think we really need to. Sorry, not the bus. Yeah, the bus. We could call this a bus. I don't really know what it is. We don't really have production throughout our base. So one thing that like the actual 100% runs do is, well, first off, they have multiple production points for belts and stuff. We don't have that. These are not working. Oh, this is still backed up with iron. So we don't have that for one. Because I didn't think we need it. But if we don't have that, like production-wise, for how fast our base expands, we don't need more belt or production. However, we're only producing it down here, so this stuff will take forever to build. We do still need to belt it around, so that's another thing they do. They have belts going through the base that have like inserters and undergrounds, I think, on them. Maybe a couple other things. But I imagine we need some form of local belt production, which I might add it to this list. Local belts or distributions, because this is just a to-do list that we're going to copy to our other to-do list. Okay, let's look at the numbers now. They're probably a lot more favorable. But yeah, this is producing 500 more. Okay, so now it's up to 5,000 transport belt per 10 minutes. So that is literally double. Undergrounds, 2,500. That's still low. It is enough, but it is pushing it. Because the reason I'm trying to oversize right now, because I don't know if our goal is 6 or 8 outposts per hour. We have not done any splitter production, I realize. We need 5 per minute. No. We need 30 splitters per minute. I feel like that's really easy to do. What do splitters need? Circuits? Wait, that's not right. Okay, how do we do this? Let's do it. Let's see if one terribly running assembly machine is enough, because it might be. Okay, that doesn't quite work. We'll give it a... Oh wait, we don't actually have enough iron there though, so we'll split off. That should work. This is just a test. It's a very ugly test, but it's a test nonetheless. Okay, splitter, and then we need regular belt. Okay, so we're just gonna have this split off, and we're gonna send this down because that should have enough. Should have enough excess belt. Okay, let's see if this can get us enough, and we're just gonna give it some. What the heck is that? A simple entity with force. I don't know what that means. I've never known what that means. I click on it a lot because I'm in this thing. I see a steel chest item. I click on the steel chest item, and it's never, it's never the one that I want to press. Yeah, this looks like this will not be. This seems like this will not be a problem. 9 per minute. Okay, never mind. Maybe it will be. What? Oh, I thought I fed it. Okay. I was to say it's not a problem, and then immediately stops working. Because we need one assembly. Gosh, I thought we'd be fine with one splitter assembler. We do technically have the original one, but again, it's all the way across the base. I don't think belting splitters is that viable. We do have this one. It doesn't run though, but that's because we haven't fully re-enabled this. How easy would that be to do? I might be able to re-enable it real quick. Because that would be nice. Because the only thing we're missing from here... So I don't think we're producing any like refineries or chemical plants here. So yeah, the only thing we're really off about is cables. Yeah, that should be fine. Wait. That's not right. That's supposed to be ore. Whoops. I really wish editor expansions didn't break everything because it was very nice when we had all of these running using infinity chests from editor extensions or the infinity belts from editor extensions. But yeah, then it turns out it corrupted my save. So I don't know if corrupted the save is the right word. I guess it did. Like the save no longer worked. I couldn't use the editor extensions mod in any way because they were invisible entities forever existing because of editor extensions. That sounds like corruption to me. There's probably some kind of practical difference, but either way, we removed it now, and we have so many underground bells that we have to fix because of it. It conflicted with stage blueprints, yeah, which apparently he was aware of. Like he knew it wasn't fully compatible, or it wasn't a surprise when I mentioned it. He knew it wasn't fully compatible. I wasn't expecting there would be any conflict, but I think my understanding is that the way editor extensions works is it has like scripts making them run like multiple entities on top of each other, or at least this is just a guess someone gave me. So like when you use an infinity underground in editor extensions, it's not really just one entity, which had issues with how the staged blueprint worked. At least that was my understanding of it. It wasn't great. But basically it boiled down to things from editor extension did not properly get deleted or moved to separate stages because of that. And they would leave invisible undergrounds that you couldn't leave, like some residuals stuff. And they were not removed by any of the rebuild stage button or creating a new stage. So basically what ended up happening is I would go to new stage, nothing would work, everything would be broken because it did not like the the other stuff that I had. It was not great, would not recommend. Okay, so now we're producing 200. Okay, so now we have more than enough production. So yeah, we just need more steel, and then these run well. Yeah, so these are producing excess of 50%. That's good. These are producing excess of, not really in excess actually, but it's producing barely enough. When we add the assembler, it should be fine. These are producing excess of 50%. Good. Splitters, bare minimum, but most of them are not being produced up here. I don't think. Let's look. Which again, not necessarily a problem, but something I have to consider. Yeah, I think we need one more splitter because I don't think our splitter production is enough because I haven't accounted for the ones that we need for getting resources uh, to each lane. So yeah, we definitely need some of those. We also need some red splitters. These underground belt is that's it's low again. Did it back up? Maybe the assembly machine stopped. Is this testing phase? This is me. I'm trying to see if I'm producing enough to support my outpost goal, but we're falling short in a couple departments, which is not great. Oh, this completely stopped. Wait, does this not make its way up to that? I don't... Oh. Oh, these are two separate belts. Okay. Well, that explains so much. Okay, so that's why our production stopped. I thought this was supporting a lot of it. All the burner mining drills on a belt. Yeah, well, so I need to send these to a train, and I needed a lot of assembly machines, so they just needed to go into one centralized spot. So yeah, we needed to produce like three drills per second. Something like that, which I think we're doing. Let's see, over 10 minutes, 84. We're producing one per second. Sorry, not three per second. We need at least one per second. Um, this should be enough though. Over 10 minutes, we do 86. Honestly, this is barely enough. Yeah, that's pushing it. Okay, we need more burner drills. What's our issue though? Okay, technically, okay. It depends how fast my main base expands, I guess. Because we don't technically need more burner drill production. Because this is done 2 hours earlier. And I don't think we'll be consuming all these burner drills right away. So what we can do is buffer burner drills for a while. Because I don't think if this iron is consumed, I don't think it would be used for anything else. And I don't really see a great way to rebalance things. So I think we're okay. We can delete this. Actually, I don't need to delete that. Yeah, we need more burner. Okay, we're adding that to to-do list. More burner drills. I'm making the assumption that we have enough burner inserters. That is obviously just a guess, but I really don't see a world where we don't have enough burner inserters because they are. We only need 2,500 every 10 minutes. If I'm not producing burner inserters 3 times as fast as drills, I think that we have some design issues. So yeah, we're probably good in that department. 1,800. Okay, it's increasing. It's close. We're pushing it. Okay, now it's well past it. Okay. Oh wait, are we only? Oh, that's why it's taking so long. I was like, we should be able to run it at least like 5 times this frame rate. Okay, so that has some leniency. Honestly, not enough. I don't like that. But again, those will probably have been overproduced this whole run, so that should be fine. That should be totally fine. Because those will be overproducing and buffering for a little bit, and then it'll just like slowly drain from the buffer. Because even a buffer of 5,000, if we're underproducing by like 100 per outpost, or 200 per outpost, that's 15 outposts we can do before we start losing production. That's totally fine. And now that things are actually working, let's look at our underground belt. Oh my gosh, why is belt so low? Oh, that's the 1 minute estimate. Okay, so yeah, 3,000 under belt. Okay, so we need, I think, an entire extra. I think we need 2 or 3 more assemblers for underground because this is not nearly as much as I would like. It's like one of those technically enough, but pushing it numbers. How much are these running? Okay, so let's call this 4. Okay, let's call it 4 pipe. 3 to 4 pipe. Let's call it 4. Yeah, 4. 4 pipe assemblers. Steel. We need another steel lane. Is there steel somewhere else we can take? Because I think we're close on steel. I think there's steel... Oh, that's pretty far away. There should be excess steel here. Actually, is there... Have we done all the steel that I need for purple science? I'm not confident we finished purple science yet. There's a chance we did. There's a good chance we finished purple science, but it's... There might be an infinity chest somewhere. You really need a logbook? Well, it's... I mean, that's what the task list is for. It's more like a logbook doesn't help when you increase your production goal, right? So that's why I'm not sure if we finished it, because we increased our goal by 50% for a lot of things. I know we finished purple science for the production that we originally had. Then I decided I needed just a little bit more to burst out mining productivity. That changed our numbers a lot. Okay, these produce at full speed, so it should be good. Yeah, I think as long as these produce at 90%, we're good. Because this used to be 4, so it looks like we did increase it. So I think we're good there. Purple. Well, yeah, these are a bit limiting, but they're fine. Yeah, I think this is the main things that are limiting. That's good. Splitters are not great. I like how we're producing blue science. That just happened to be in the things that we sped up. Assemblers, more than enough. We're good on assemblers. We're good on all those. Pump jacks, more than enough. Big electric poles. Okay, these are all great. Burner mining drills are almost enough. These are like... I think as long as we have some buffer, these are more than enough. I think I'll need to do some more estimates based on how much my main base needs to see if we can get enough in buffer. Because our main base uses 7,000, so we can probably say we'll use 20,000 over like 2 hours. We're producing 20,000 an hour, so we should have surplus of all of those. Because this will be producing full speed like 1.5 hours before outposting, I think. I don't actually know how fast this base will build. That's just a complete guess. We'll add more burner drills. We'll add more mining drills. No, we won't. No, we won't. We'll add it later. Because right now we do have enough. We have enough for 6 outposts an hour. And I really can't say if we can do more than that. Okay, so I wanted more of these. These aren't running very well. Ooh, the fact that they're red... these actually need to be downgraded. This is going to be so weird, but it'll work. Yeah, we can live with that. Okay, so let's copy this. Copy... and go to our actual save. Because the reason we weren't just making these changes directly and making a list is because, like I said, this was a testing save. Where I wanted to be able to delete anything that was broken. And just put in a load. I want to just delete any belt and put a loader there. Obviously, I'm not going to do that in the main save. That will cause a lot of problems. So we'll go back to this one. And we'll copy these... Copy this to-do list, which I do have written down now. We're actually going to just paste them into this description. That should be fine. Okay. So first things first, the easy stuff, so I don't go crazy. This. So we needed just a little bit of extra substation production. Very small improvement, but we did need it. So one fix, I said, was to just loop this around somehow, which I'm looking at it now. It's not that easy to loop. It's very much not easy to loop. It's not impossible. But this is a little bit too close for comfort for that. Comfort for that. But it looks like our better option is actually going to be a splitter. Oh gosh, this is a mess. It will work. Kind of. Actually, no, it doesn't. We need to get this over here, basically. And we can't go through here. I think looping it is the option. I was gonna say it is the strat, but there's really not enough space. What if we belt weave? No. Can we shift this over a tile? No, never mind. I don't want to do that. I really thought these would produce fast enough with one inserter. Didn't for the life of me think it would be underproduced inserter-wise. I guess it does need to move 15 items per second to move full speed, which it doesn't move full speed, so it's fine, but it's a lot closer to that speed than I thought. And then this one is slightly stick limited, and I think that's because the two highest in resource count on each of them is shared by one inserter. Like if it was, well, this one I know is fine, but if this one was copper and circuits on the same belt, oh wait, no, it should be fine. Actually, no, this one isn't shared. So doubling up inserters won't fix it. That means we need another assembly machine. Okay, that really complicates things. We could, I could throw it on the end. It's not a terrible option. We can just have it over here. Take the leftover steel from this. I think that's a good... I think that's reasonable. I can live with that. And then technically we don't need more of these. I just don't see a great way to speed this up, because we need... Yeah, okay. If we send one up here, it needs to be copper and... It needs to be copper and steel. Yeah, that doesn't work. That really doesn't work. This is messier than I thought it would be. Why can't this produce enough? Can I remove... Can I save on these in my main base? I don't think... I think it's too late to redesign the outpost around not having substations. Also, it's not a great option, because then you're trading 100 substations for like 500 medium poles, which we also would need to produce. So getting these to work is, you know, totally fine. I just thought it would be so much easier. Okay, so I think we can shift all of these. Yeah, let's just shift these. We have the space. It really doesn't matter. Let's just shift this over. 1, 2. Okay, now we have space to double it. That's fine with me, honestly. We can live with that. And then look at that. Now we have all the space in the world. We could possibly need to double this and give it to the next guy. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I am content with this. And then the iron... Okay, a little bit tricky to get the iron out of here, I'm realizing. That's fine, but I don't like this iron situation. But now these produce enough. But the issue I'm running in now is... We should actually swap these. Yeah, never mind. Never mind, we don't have an issue anymore. Okay. Now, I was going to say the issue we're running into is we need these to be on opposite sides of each other, but we can just do this. And then we should be able to underground out of this. Although I would actually like that to be iron. You know what? It doesn't need to be iron. We'll just use the red belt. We'll use the red belt for the underpipe. Okay. That should be fine. These should run better once they get power, but they will eventually run better. Okay, so pipe is good. And then I said we needed a little bit of red pipe. 100% is such a massive base. Funnily enough, our base is actually roughly the same footprint. It's just so much worse. But footprint wise, our main base actually lines up pretty neatly with their base. But yeah, it's a pretty large base. I think we could have made our main base a little bit smaller. But I don't think the time savings would be that significant. And having it larger sounds more fun because it gives us options to maybe get faster. If we were to make a small base from the start, we would have to do like a full redesign if we wanted to save time if we ever did it again. But now we don't have to worry about that. I mean, we do still have to worry about it, but since some things are oversized, we have a little bit of leeway to speed up certain portions. But yeah, I think it's cool how ours is actually roughly the same size. I thought ours was going to be either way bigger or like way smaller because we just didn't need as much. But it turns out not needed as much just balances out perfectly with size. Like the amount less I need is also how much smaller my base is. Bigger my base is. So they like cancel themselves out perfectly. Which is why our outposts are also the same size. Just worse. So if we wanted to have the same amount of production, our base would actually have to be like this plus like 50%. If we wanted to match what regular inserters can do. But yeah, where were we zoomed in? I kind of lost track of where. Oh right, we were over here. Okay, so we ran out of. Did we need more iron? I don't think we needed more iron for this. You catch myself for like the fifth time on the same thought. Huh? You don't think you'll ever be able to run on a single belt? Yeah. Didn't understand that isn't inserter limited? Yep. That is a very big problem. Because one belt is 5 inserters. Well, okay, if we're using both sides of the belt, it's roughly 5 to 6 assembly machines in a row to consume an entire belt of like iron, which is just so many inserters or so many assembly machines for especially for something like this that can technically consume like up to 20 iron per second. Or is it 10? Oh, these are only like 10, but still. we can't run them full speed. Well, we can, but it's not necessarily more space efficient. I guess is what it boils down to. It's a more accurate way to put it. Why are these so spacious? Why are they so spacious? Burner inserters are impressively bad. Yep, that's the mantra of the run. Yeah, we can make this more compact. I guess the only reason this was this wide is because I was trying to line it up with something, but yeah, we can compress this very easily now. Now that we know we don't need it lined up anymore. Okay, that should be better. Does this need double? Oh right, it's because I only need one inserter going in. Technically these are inserter limited by a little bit. But not significantly. Oh, that the one that makes them like Bob's inserters. Would that make them better? Does that make them faster? I guess it can't make them worse. I think it would be pretty impressive if someone could manage to make them worse. Okay, so I said I just needed a. I was not counting actually. This might not be enough. Let's do one more, and let's just say that's enough. Just because it's not that expensive. Rook inserters win. Now that would be useful. Moves it from here to well, I guess here to here. How far would it go? Patch notes, burner inserter can only use wood as fuel. Oh gosh, that sounds so cruel. If we had a way for like infinite fuel, that would be cool. As far as it needs. Okay, so it just reads the closest belt and the farthest one. I like that one. Bringing in 135 degrees instead of 180, it's faster. Okay, so yeah, good point. So this would be faster. It still wouldn't fix them, but hey, if we make them as good as yellow. Closest entity, and don't you dare run in front of it. Exact. I like the idea of it picks you up and moves you as far as it can possibly go. Just think of how fast you can move it, though. That would be the fastest form of travel. Because if you have this, it's rotation based. So you could have infinite rotational speed. You can teleport your stuff from one base to your outpost instantly. The only downside is you're limited to like 1.6 items per second. But the distance traveled is fantastic. It's going to be the new meta for speed modules and RCUs and like deep any percent runs. Rook inserters. Just teleport materials. You once did a base with like 250 long inserters that were interesting designs. What do you mean 200? That doesn't sound like that many. Do you mean like only long inserters? That just sounds like a normal amount of long inserters to me. Not to ruin the fun, but inserters lock out input and output targets. Well, yeah. This is like these are fake inserters that have infinite reach. I think we can fudge the rules a little bit. Like teleporting. Oh, okay. I see. See, I thought you just meant like you had 250 long inserters, and I was like, okay, that's sounds like a base to me. I was very confused. That makes way more sense. Teleporting coal directly into boilers from coal patches sounds pretty hilarious. So is that 250 on each side? Because that sounds like a meme run to me. Okay, and then, okay, we have a couple ways we can increase the pipe production. Honestly, I think we just say, screw it, let's use yellow belt. We don't have that much red belt yet. I guess belt saturation will be high enough. These will probably run. Because if we use red belt here, we have a much nicer time. We can save a lot. We can save a lot of red belt, though, by sideloading it earlier. So this is 9 assemblers, so we sideload at the halfway point. Okay, so that saves us a decent amount of undergrounds. Now only this needs to be red belt. Imagine debugging bottlenecks. I don't want to. I want to pretend these don't exist. And not have to debug them. Well, not don't exist, because I think it sounds fantastic. But pretend there's no issues with it. That's a lot. This is a lot more red belt than I thought it would take. It's still not a lot. It feels like a lot more than it is. We're making something that can produce like 1,000 per, not 1,000 per hour, 5,000 per hour. Like I can afford to waste 40 on this. It just feels wrong. Reminds of the mod you've always wanted to make, but have been too lazy when you walk in front of an inserter, feed into Infernus. There's a 1% chance it picks you up. I think practically speaking, it doesn't work, right? At least not, it wouldn't actually pick you up, but you could probably make it just kill you, right? I guess you could maybe just have the script teleport you. You can't actually be picked up, but I guess you could fake it. Is there a small player model icon? We need a We just need to put players on the belts. Just shuffle them around that way. Okay, this feels like it's backed up, but I think that's just because it's not being consumed. But I don't think it has a yellow belt anywhere in this line. Yeah, this shouldn't be... This is only backed up because it's not running. Okay, I think that's fine then. Yeah, okay, so pipes are good. How's the iron? Okay, so iron is fine. How much does this want to... This can technically use a full belt of iron. But, like, what if I just accept that it's only mostly increased? Players are not entities nor items. You are thinking of characters. What? I mean, in the... I just mean in the general sense of the word. I mean, we're talking about being able to put a person on a belt. Definitely not in the technical sense. One more blue belt a player. See, that's what we need. Yeah, that's the issue with a lot of like programming stuff. They use common words. They use a lot of words like behind the scenes that you can just use elsewhere, and it really complicates things when you just talk about them to someone who knows the code. Because like technically, like you're not wrong. It's just the way the game uses the terms are different than how an actual person might. And that's always confusing. What is this? Why is it not running? Oh, because we don't have power. Okay. So let's look at our to-do list. More pipe assemblers as well. Okay, that's good. We have not done more iron. We have not done this. We have not done this. We have not done this. We have done this. Okay, so substations are good. There's a lot of case with a lot of areas when you go deeper and actually need to be specific about things. Yeah, it's true for like any. There's one word that happens a lot with that a lot of people like to be pedantic about. That just happens regularly. I cannot think of what it is though. Yeah, no, I can't think of what it is. It's just like a general like word. No, I have nothing, but I know there's one that comes up a lot. The difference is it's noticeable, but it's still not wrong. And I think that's a very key difference. It's worth mentioning. I did technically remove the rule, but I still don't love pedantism. It's not an official rule anymore, but it is enforced if people are rude about it. But yeah, no, everyone's being fine. But like things don't need to be perfect in this chat. We're good. We're flexible here. Okay, and then we needed more iron, and then I said I wanted to split off of the other iron. So there's a couple ways we can do that. I say we add some splitter first. Like here? That should be fine. And then another one here should also be fine. And then underground, I guess, because we need the space. Oh, that's so many splitters to accomplish this. If I just do a compressor earlier, that might be better. Although a compressor earlier wouldn't have the throughput we need. I guess this isn't terrible. It's just not great. Because this needs to go to like a regular iron belt up top. Also, we just don't have much space. Oh well, it needs to be done. Do we have anything we can copy? We don't have a lane we can copy. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that this time. We don't have enough time, but I'm just gonna place it. We need one, maybe two more. And we need to somehow power it with this, which we should have. We should be fine. Yeah, yeah, we'll be fine. You can make characters craftable. Excellent. What would they do? Wait, would it? It's the only way you can get in a car. Lock the car unless you put a character into them to drive it at a little like driver seat. No, you don't actually do that. I'm just trying to think what would a craftable character be used for, practically speaking. Is it are they just a modified version of the Ultra Cube? Is that what or wait, sorry, is it Ultra Cube or Hyper Cube? I know I ask that every time. I want to say Ultra Cube. Okay, Ultra Cube. But yeah, I'm imagining this little player character icon. Well, we'll just say both. We'll just add every modifier we can. Human player character person. Uh, make them into an ultra cube, so you can only craft things if there's a player in it. There's a mod that lets you make new characters that you can switch between. That reminds me, I've been wanting to use something like that. Not to necessarily switch between planets, but for like recording purposes. There's been a couple times where I want to be able to control my character while I'm in map view. Is there a way to do that? Like just spectate and have a script run a character? There has to be, right? Maybe. Oh wait, I could probably use a task tool for that, right? Hey Tice, does the task tool have like an observer mode with it when you're watching the replay, or do you have to watch it from the player view? Yeah, we need an Iron Lane. Craftable character, amazing. Create extra bodies and leave. Wait, are they placeable? You don't know of any way to move entities if they're walking, but you know you can auto drive cars. See, that's something the task can't do. Well, it might be able to do it now. But I was gonna say that's funny because that's something the task can't do, or at least couldn't do. It's the exact opposite. But basically, I guess no, yeah, it needed to be while walking. Never mind. Because basically, I wanted to do a speed comparison one time of someone on two different belts and running, but it turns out that's not possible through just like running around. Just because of how the recording will work, you can't like sync the two like you could if you were just looking at a script to do it. It was a very niche use case, but it was something that I ran into. That was unfortunate that I could not find a workaround without a mod. There's a way to detach cameras to entity. Yeah, that could also work. Basically anything that makes it that I can record stuff from a set viewpoint. That's all I really need. I something might exist. I just could not, for the life of me, think of what words to type to find that. So I just cheesed it, and it was a lot of work, and it didn't. It worked okay. It just didn't work as good as I wanted. Why does Ultra Cube have that mechanic though? You're, yeah. Why? Why does that have that? Does it have a practical use? It opens a small window in the corner centered on the cube so you know where it is. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So if you lose track of the cube, you can find it easier. See, I was like, why would you? In my mind, you were using it to monitor different portions of the factory, and I just couldn't think of why you would want to do that because the factory isn't running. But that makes a lot more sense. It's just for tracking the cube. Okay, so this somehow doesn't have chips. This is the second time this has happened. I think it's fine though. Okay, and then we need more steel. Okay, so we have steel here, producing an unknown amount that goes towards, if I had to guess, yeah, rails. Okay. This might have extra. I don't actually know. Yeah, there's no way I'll be able to find out. Yeah, well, we should just make more steel. I think it's looking like our easiest option is just have another steel lane. Because we're low on steel, and I don't know which part of our bases are going to be lacking or have excess, so we just should make another. In which case, it's actually really easy to do the iron lane, right? No, never mind. They're two separate ones. There's another mod that lets you put down cameras that you can switch to, like you were saying, but you don't see the utility very much. That could be useful for, I was going to say it could be useful for space exploration, but you can just change, you just have tabs for that. I guess it already has that. There's a lot of mods. There's a lot of mods that do very specific things for like the one person who made it and are occasionally useful for others. And I think that's what's great about Factorio. Because it's full of a lot of programmers who are just like, I have one specific problem. I'm going to fix it. And then I'm going to upload the mod. Like, just minor quality of life that one person wanted. And then there's something like that. Replaces character sites with a fish. I don't think that one has a problem that needs to be solved. I like it, though. I like it. It's not loading for me. The image is so large. Oh, okay, yeah, it just replaces the model with a fish. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. At least 1,000 too few. Is there a significance about 1,200? What was the? I was thinking like some kind of Space Odyssey reference, but that's a lot later. No, it just sounds awesome. Gotcha. Okay. I was like, if it was like 1,800 more, because isn't that what the fish line is from? Is that Space Odyssey or no? Hitchhiker's Guide. Hitchhiker's Guide. Sorry, wrong book, wrong movie. They're probably both still 2000s though. I imagine they're both. Actually, wait. When did Hitchhikers take place? Yeah, all I can find is the writing. Did it take place when it happened? The future movies are confusing. When you look up when they take place, it gives you when it's written. But yeah, it does sound awesome. I could be a fish. But yeah, we got a task list of everything we need to do for the outpost. I have to end it today. I might I might do burner stuff tomorrow because we missed a lot of burner designs this week, and we'll be missing almost all of them next week too. Because I won't be streaming Tuesday or Thursday because I have more appointments next week, more than normal. So yeah, I won't be streaming those days, which means I won't have either of those burner design days. So yeah, we'll probably not do space exploration tomorrow, and we'll do this instead. Because we have like a very specific list of things we need to fix for this. We just don't have enough time today. So that's it for me. Um, we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully, probably with more of this. But yeah, I'll look into the camera mod. Oh, have we made any changes? We should save it. Yeah, I'll look into a camera mod because I imagine like Maybe I'll like, I don't know, because I feel like Troop and or people like that probably use tools for recording stuff outside of being a player model. That seems useful. So I imagine they exist. It seems like something that content creators would use. So I imagine there's something. But yeah, hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you all next time. Peace. And I will look into this mod. That might be exactly what I need.